And hello, our friends, and welcome to the um, next RigER webinar, our weekly webinar. And today's topic is going to be pre-delivery or pre-job, or you can also call it a pre-dispatch inspection. And here on this slide, you can see my name. My name is Nikolai, I'm VP of Marketing, Business Development, and Sales here at RigER. And to ensure that everybody understands how to operate the system, please do use the control panel at the bottom of the screen and raise a hand. So that will let me know that you can both hear me and see on the screen. And the errors are showing where to click. I wanted to stop by quickly and let everyone know that in case you want to stay up to date on the latest developments at RigER, please do feel free to follow us on LinkedIn. We'll post anything and everything, all the latest updates on LinkedIn. So please do follow our main page and also connect with us personally. We're friendly people. We're always here to help. So today's agenda, as I've mentioned, we're going to be talking about the pre-delivery inspection, and there's different kinds of inspections you can set up in RigER. Today's topic specifically focused on the pre-job one. So we're going to be hearing from Indre, our support lead, and Gleb Kobits, our VP of Operations. So we'll talk about what the pre-delivery inspection means, and then also talk a little bit about the reservation of a unit and the process of the inspection and the reports, because quite often what's important is actually to generate a few reports to be able to analyze information. And of course, we will have time for the Q&A at the end. So on that note, let me just pass the microphone to Gleb Kobits, who will start the whole topic and conversation. Thank you, Gleb.
Thank you very much, Nikolai, for this introduction. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gleb Kobits. I'm VP of Operations in RigER, and I'm glad to present the pre-delivery inspection feature for you today during this webinar. So let's get started with the general approach and general concept of the inspections processes in RigER. The RigER software allows you to generate inspections cards and inspection events at the different stages of your operations. And triggers for the inspection cards could be different. On that screen, you see that we have a number of documents that can trigger an inspection card generated in RigER based on the templates that you set up. But just to name them shortly, it's a bill of lading when you purchase the new equipment and you want to do the initial inspection to the equipment. You can do this after the bill of lading document been posted. It can also be when you do the intercompany transfer, meaning that you are moving your equipment from one location or from one yard to another one. And after this kind of movement, you want to check if everything is good with the equipment. So nothing has been broken during the transportation. So you can generate inspection cards after the intercompany transfer document. It also can be done after the assembly list when you build a whole unit from the different parts, and you want to inspect this unit according to your inspection procedures. So that can be also a trigger. And definitely we have rental tickets, that different types of rental tickets that can trigger an inspection process. Now, we also have an ability to track our equipment being in the inspection process or scheduled for the inspection. So the unit number statuses will exactly tell you at what kind of stage this particular asset is at the moment. And you are able to see that on the availability dashboard, the statuses that are set for the equipment. To get a little bit deeper, what kind of checklist you may have in the system, it can be anything that you'd like to set up and you'd like to build in terms of the checkpoints or parameters, as we call it. So you're pretty flexible with building different kind of templates. They are not strictly set up in the system. It's up to you how you set up your inspection template. So you can see a few examples of the equipment that is inspected usually on the client's location or at the shop. So that's just an example how you can structurize your inspection checkpoints. Now let's move a little bit to the side topic, but that's very important and essential part of the whole pre-delivery inspection process, because without that you are not able to do that. But I'll pass the microphone to Indra, who will talk about this a little bit in details.
Thank you, Gleb. So my name is Indra. I'm user support lead here in RigER. So let's dive deeper in equipment reservation procedure in RigER. So equipment reservation allows you to reserve a specific equipment for a particular job. So that means when client requests some equipment to be delivered for a job, you can reserve in the system it in advance, just to make sure that that equipment will be available on the date when it should be delivered and the job should start. So when equipment is available on your yard, on your shop, and in system you can notice that this equipment is in status ready to rent, then you can create a reservation note document and reserve this equipment for particular RSA. So in this case, this equipment becomes not available for other job. It's reserved for specific job, and you are making sure that when time comes, this equipment is ready for the client's job. So after it's reserved, this equipment is moved to the status reserved. And then when the job starts, you are included this equipment in rental ticket and dispatching this equipment to client's location for the job. And equipment then is moved to the status deployed. Sometimes it may be that you see that client doesn't need any more particular equipment, but it was reserved for the job. So you are able to unreserve this equipment. So that means that a unit from status reserved will be moved back to the status ready for rent and will be available for other jobs for dispatch to other clients' locations. So let's move forward. So here in this slide, you can see a reservation note document in RigER system. And there are two types of this document. So one is for reserving the equipment for a specific job, and another is to unreserve the equipment from reservation and make it available for other jobs. So this each reservation is related to a specific rental service agreement. So that means it's reserved only for that particular job and can't be dispatched to other jobs, to other clients' locations. Yes, and there is different locations in RigER where you can track how statuses moves, how equipment is moving, and how the statuses of equipment moves and changing depends on different documents created and generated in RigER. So one of the location where you can see is availability dashboard, and if you select unit number dashboard, you can see by selecting particular date and time what status this equipment is at that point. And then in the changing the time, you can see how it's moved, if it's still available, if it's reserved, or if it's already delivered and dispatched and deployed for the job and client's location.
Okay, thank you very much, Indra. I would just add that you may use, you as a client or user of RigER software, you can use this reservation module separately out of the pre-delivery feature. So if you'd like to reserve units before you ship them to the location and not to do the inspections for them, you can use this reservation module standalone. It's not required to use it only with pre-delivery inspection. But on the other hand, it's required to use the reservation module with a pre-delivery inspection feature. So because it's hard-coded and it's designed in this way in the software. And now I'd like to show you how reservation module is tied to the pre-inspection process. So let's just move on. And that flow chart actually shows you the whole workflow for the job when you'd like to ship the equipment and pass it through the inspection process. So you usually start with a rental service agreement when you build a new job, and then you move equipment and you reserve it through the reservation note. The unit gets the for inspection status, and then the inspection cards are generated automatically by clicking on the button. And depending on the status of the inspection and the result of the inspection, there could be two ways how you process the job. In case of the good inspection result, the unit moves back to the reserve status and it's ready to be shipped through the rental ticket delivery. Or if the inspection result is need repair and equipment needs to be fixed in some way, the repair cards will be generated. Once it's completed, the unit moves to the ready to rent status, and then it should be included in the reservation note again and move to the inspection process. And now I'd like to show you the real life scenario in the software, how it works, and actually to see how you process the documents and how you complete the workflow that I explained just recently.
Let's take a look at how we do the pre-delivery inspection process in RigER. First of all, as usually you do, you start the rental service agreement and add equipment to this rental service agreement. In our scenario, we have added 2 light towers with quantity 2, and we approved this rental service agreement. So now we can generate a new reservation note, which is required in order to process the pre-delivery inspection. In the reservation note, we change the date of this note to March 1st. Now, as you can see, we have 2 line items for every individual asset number of the equipment, and we select the unit numbers. When the unit numbers are selected, now we post the reservation note to make this document active. And we also have an ability to generate inspection card right inside of the reservation note. So we generate inspection cards, and 2 inspection cards are generated. Now we can access the inspection cards in 2 ways from within the reservation note. The first is double click on the inspection card number and click on these 2 boxes. And we open the inspection card. The other way is to go to the related documents and locate the inspection card in here and open them one by one. I prefer to do it here, so I click to open this inspection card. And now I'm in the inspection card with a pre-job inspection template. So this template is applied only to the reservation note. I select an inspector, and I go through my checklist on the inspection card. And when the inspection is done and we can mark this equipment as inspected, we select the inspection result as good. And also we need to set the status of this particular document as done. Now I can post and close my inspection card. And also in the reservation note, I can update the inspection result for each individual line item. So I see that my inspection card is done and the result is good. Let's go to the next inspection card. Let's assume that in this particular scenario with this equipment, the inspection is not done and this unit needs to be fixed or repaired. In this case, I mark the inspection result as need repair and I set the status as done. As you can see, the new repair card is automatically generated by the system. So this unit number is marked as need repair, so it's not ready to be dispatched to the location. So we need to do the repair for this unit first and then move through the inspection process again. So again, when I update the inspection results, I see that this unit is need repair. Now let's check what the status of our units as of this particular time. We go to the home page on the unit number screen, and we find our light towers, and we see that this unit is reserved as soon as it's moved through the inspection process, and unit number 2 is in the need repair status. When the repair card will be done for this particular unit number, it will be moved to the ready to rent status, and we need to move it to the reservation note again and then generate an inspection card for this unit number. When the pre-delivery inspection is done and we are ready to ship our units to the location, we go back to the rental service agreement, and now we can generate a rental ticket. Rental ticket is generated as of March 1st at 12 a.m. So I can select the field technician. And I know that I'm ready to ship just one unit as of now. So I'm trying to select the unit number to be shipped. And the system shows me nothing because I'm trying to do that as of 12 a.m. So I need to change my time in order to make these units available. And now if I'll check unit numbers, my unit number 1 will be available for the dispatch. That's pretty much it. I post the rental ticket and my unit number 1 moves to the location. So again, to summarize the whole process, there are a few steps. The first one is to create rental service agreement, add equipment, change the status to approved, and generate a reservation note. In the reservation note, you select particular unit numbers that should be inspected, and you click Generate Inspection Cards. The step number 3, you need to complete every individual inspection card. The step number 3, you need to complete the individual inspection card and change the inspection result to good or need repair, and also change the status of this inspection card to done. The step number 4, you can check all the inspection results and statuses in the reservation note by clicking the appropriate button in order to see what units are ready to be shipped. And the final step, you go back to the rental service agreement and generate a rental ticket, and then you will be able to select your units that are ready to be shipped.
Now let's take a look at some controls that we have implemented in the whole process, because that's quite essential to keep these controls in place in order to prevent some kind of problems with the equipment losing in the some kind of holds or statuses that will not allow you to ship it. So actually the number of controls, I would just quickly go through it. First of all, this process will be available only for serialized equipment. So you cannot inspect non-serialized items. The next step and the next control is that pre-delivery inspection templates will be applied if we have included the equipment in the reservation note. Then the system will generate inspection cards based on these templates. And the equipment will be ready to be shipped when the two conditions are met. So the inspection results should be good, and the status of the inspection card should be set as done. Then the unit moves to the reserve status, and it can be included in the rental ticket delivery. The control number 5 is that when the equipment is set to need repair status, unit will not be available in the rental ticket for the delivery. So you need to complete the repair card. And the control number 6 is that rental ticket delivery will show you only units and unit numbers that are past the inspection process. So they have inspection result as good, and they are in the reserve status as of now for this particular job. And definitely the rental ticket delivery will not show you units that have not been processed through the inspection process. But if you have equipment that is not supposed to be pre-delivery inspected, then you can include this equipment in the rental ticket delivery as a standard process. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about the reports and dashboards that are available at your disposal in the software.
Thank you, Gleb. So let's talk about reports and the dashboards. And let's move to the first one. It's rental unit technical report. So this report shows the technical history of a particular equipment. If you select in the filter some particular rental unit or for the all equipment in your inventory, and here you can see all the repairs, all the inspections, services done for the equipment during its lifetime. That means you can select a particular unit number and check what was done, what was fixed, how the inspection results went for particular equipment in the system. And all these are reports in RigER. They are clickable. That means you can double click on specific document and see inside the details, specific details and results of inspections, repairs, or services. And the next dashboard is inspection dashboard. And I would like to mention that here you see a prototype of an inspection dashboard. We don't have this dashboard in RigER system yet, but it will be implemented soon. And it's very similar to a repair dashboard. It means that in one place you will see all the inspection cards, and you will be able to prioritize the job, which equipment should be inspected first, which requires to be delivered for the client's job, and so on. So you will have all the information in one place, aggregated and easy to read. So this inspection is coming up in RigER system and you will be able to use it. So let's move forward, and here you can see a reservation dashboard. So in this dashboard, you can track which equipment was reserved or which equipment was released from reservation and moved back to inventory for any job, for any delivery to clients' locations. And another report, what I would like to show you is a reservation report. So this reservation report is useful when you want to track how many equipment client requested for a particular job, and if that equipment is already ready for that job. That means you can track how many equipment was reserved for the job, how many was already delivered, dispatched for the job. And if you need some more equipment, or you have some free equipment which doesn't need any more for the job, and you can just release it from the reservation for other agreements, for other jobs, for other rental service agreements with different clients. So it's really useful when you need just to track the equipment movement and reservations for particular jobs in the system.
On that note, I wanted to say that we have a few more minutes. So if you guys who are with us today have any more questions, do feel free to type them up. Or if you feel like you need to take time maybe and reach out to us in an offline mode, we're always available. So please do make sure that you kind of go to the RigER.us and contact us over the phone or over email or forum over there on the website. We have all the contact information right there, or you can just simply email to us as support@RigER.us, and we will be able to answer any questions or direct them specifically to the right people for to be able to answer them. Okay. So just again, I want to make sure that we're as efficient as possible. So thank you very much, everyone, for attending today's webinar. Thank you, Gleb and Indrey, for your answers. And we're looking forward to seeing everyone next week.
Yep. Thank you very much for all attendees for your attention and time today, and for your questions, meaningful questions. Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next webinar.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.